Wizards of the Coast has revealed information about the changes to the Barbarian class in the upcoming 2024 Players Handbook, and in this video, we'll go over what they've shared. We'll start with changes to existing Barbarian features. Barbarians have a rage ability that grants advantage on strength checks and saves, and bonus damage on melee weapon attacks using strength, which increases as you level up. You also have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage while raging, and once activated, rage lasts 1 minute. In the 2014 rules, you must attack or take damage on every turn, or your rage will end early. It will also end early if you become unconscious. But with the 2024 revision, rage is also maintained if you cause another creature to make a saving throw, and you can also just use a bonus action to maintain it if you need to do something on your turn other than attack, and you don't take any damage that turn either. Also in the 2024 rules, you regain 1 use of rage on a short rest. Barbarians get Dangerous Sense at level 2, which gives them advantage on saves against effects like traps or spells. In the 2014 rules, you did not get this benefit if you were blinded, deaf, or incapacitated. In the 2024 rules, though, those sensory requirements no longer apply. A feature in the 2014 rules called Brutal Critical comes at level 9 and grants an extra damage die when you make a critical hit. The number of extra dice increases as you level up. In the 2024 rules, Brutal Critical is replaced by Brutal Strike. If you have advantage on an attack and no disadvantage, you can give up the advantage to choose one of 2 things if you hit. Forceful Blow will send an enemy flying 15 feet away from you, while also granting you a free move at half your speed toward that target without provoking opportunity attacks. Hamstring Blow reduces your target's speed by 15 feet until your next turn, and note that a creature can only have 1 hamstring blow on them at a time, even though most creatures are going to have 2 hamstrings at least. You get your first improved Brutal Strike at level 13, and it adds 2 new options. Staggering Blow gives your target disadvantage on their next saving throw and restricts them from making opportunity attacks until the start of your next turn. Sundering Blow gives another creature +5 to hit on its next attack against the target that you hit. At level 17, you get another level of improved Brutal Strike, which doubles your damage from 1d10 to 2d10 and allows you to choose 2 of the named effects when you hit, rather than 1. Relentless Rage comes at level 11, and with this feature, when you're raging, if you are reduced to 0 hit points without being killed outright, you can drop to 1 hit point instead. In the 2024 rules, this is boosted to a number of hit points that is twice your Barbarian level. At level 15, you get Persistent Rage. This makes your rage so powerful that it can only end if you fall unconscious. In the 2024 rules, instead, your rage lasts for 10 minutes, and you also regain all uses of rage when you roll initiative. And now here are some brand new features from the 2024 rules. As with other martial classes in the 2024 rules, Barbarians get Weapon Mastery, and they get it at level 1. You can learn Mastery for the properties of 2 weapons of your choice, and this number will increase as you level up. Primal Knowledge, accessible at level 3, gives you an extra skill proficiency, and it also allows you, while raging, to use your strength modifier instead of the standard modifier for the following checks: acrobatics, intimidation, stealth, and survival. So yes, somehow you could be raging so hard that you're extra stealthy. Instinctive Pounce arrives at level 7 and allows you to move up to half your speed for free when you take a bonus action to enter rage. As with the other classes, the 2024 rules grant an epic boon feat to Barbarians at level 19. The example Wizards gives is the Boon of Irresistible Offense, which increases either your strength or dex by 1, allows you to overcome resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage when you attack, and when you roll a natural 20 to attack, you deal damage based on the ability score used in the attack, not the bonus, but the root ability score. Now let's take a look at the Primal Path changes. As with other subclass-like features in the 2014 rules, these are now formal subclasses in the 2024 rules. You choose one at level 3, and this includes the 2 from the 2014 Players Handbook, Path of the Berserker,
My love for you is like a truck berserker,
and Path of the Totem Warrior, now renamed to Path of the Wildheart. There's also Path of the Zealot, brought over from Xanathar's Guide, and a brand new subclass called Path of the World Tree. Path of the Berserker has a Frenzy feature granted at 3rd level. In the 2014 rules, it enhances your rage by allowing you to make a single weapon attack as a bonus action, and when your rage ends, you gain a level of exhaustion. In the 2024 rules, instead of granting the bonus attack, it grants extra damage in the form of a number of d6s equal to your rage bonus damage. It also does not cause exhaustion when your rage ends. Intimidating Presence comes at 10th level and allows you to use one action to try to frighten a target who gets a wisdom save. If they fail, the effect lasts until the end of your next turn. In the 2014 rules, you can extend the effect with an action on subsequent turns. In the 2024 rules, the effect simply lasts for 1 minute with no need to use an action to extend it. At 6th level, you get Mindless Rage, which prevents you from becoming charmed or frightened while in a rage. In the 2014 rules, if you already had one of these effects before raging, the effect was suspended until your rage ended. In the 2024 rules, the conditions just stop and do not return when your rage ends. Path of the Wild Heart, formerly called Totem Warrior, has features based on spirit animal choices. For example, if you choose a bear for your totem spirit, you gain resistance to all types of damage except psychic while you are raging. And if you choose an eagle for your totemic attunement feature, you gain a flying speed while you are raging. In the 2014 rules, each of these feature choices is permanent, while in the 2024 rules, you can change the spirit animal used for any of them every time you start raging. For Path of the Zealot, at 3rd level you get Warrior of the Gods, which in the 2014 rules grants you the ability to be raised from the dead without the caster of the spell needing material components. In the 2024 rules, however, it instead gives you a pool of healing dice you can roll as a bonus action. And you now get a feature called Rage of the Gods, which replaces the Rage Beyond Death feature. Rage Beyond Death prevented you from falling unconscious when reaching 0 hit points, but Rage of the Gods is different. It grants you a flying speed, damage resistances, and gives you the ability to spend a use of Rage to prevent you and your companions from dropping to 0 hit points. Rage Beyond Death was granted at 14th level, so I'm assuming that's the level where you get Rage of the Gods, though they don't explicitly tell us this. And finally, there's the new subclass for 2024, the Path of the World Tree. Wizards doesn't give us much detail about how the subclass features work or what they're called, but they do tell us it'll give you the ability to grant other creatures temporary hit points, move enemies around the board, have increased reach, and even the ability to teleport you and your allies across the battlefield. And that's everything we know so far about the changes for barbarians in the upcoming 2024 D&D Players Handbook. I'm Dave, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, you might want to check out my video about the changes to the Paladin class linked on your screen now. Thanks for watching.